Solutions to Algebra Test 2. In the first example, we have a collection of like terms. Like terms has the same letters. So we have 3x and 5x here, which are like terms. And this gives us minus 8x. Minus 3x minus 5x is minus 8x. And xy and yx are like terms because they are made of the same letters. The order can be different. So we have 7xy minus 2xy, which is 5xy. In the second sum, we also have a collection of like terms. Like terms also has the same power. So x squared, 2x squared, and 3x squared here are like terms. But first we must change the signs because they are brackets, so there's a multiplication of signs. So we have 2x squared plus times minus is minus 5y, minus times minus is plus 3x squared, and minus 4y. Now to collect the like terms, 2x squared plus 3x squared is 5x squared. Notice that the variable x squared does not change. When we add, we just add the coefficients. Similarly, we have minus 5 minus 4 is minus 9y. Now we have to expand and simplify the following expressions. This is the use of the distributive law. So once again, when we multiply in, we have to change the sign. We only multiply the term that is in front of the brackets. So we have minus 3 times 2, minus 6. And a times b is ab. Minus times plus is minus. 3a times a is 3a squared. So collecting like terms again, we have a total of 11 negatives, ab, and negative 3a squared. Once again, we have the distributive law. Now we need to work out the innermost brackets first. That means we rewrite everything. And when we reach here, we multiply out. A minus in front of the brackets is the same as minus 1. So we read this as minus 1 times 2 is minus 2. Minus 1 times minus 1 is plus 1. So the next thing we need to do is to simplify the terms in the square brackets before we open it up. So we have 3x minus 2x is x. Now we can open up the square brackets. Minus 2 times x minus 2x, minus 2 times 1, minus 2. Once again, we simplify what is in the curly brackets before we open it up. Five minus 2 is 3. And now we open up the simplified form. Minus 2 times 3, minus 6. Minus 2 times minus 2 is plus 4. 7x plus 4x is 11x minus 6. In the following sums, we need to factorize. Factorize, that means we are putting in the bracketed form. We need to bring out the common factors. Now, if there are more negative signs than positive, we also need to bring out the negative sign. Now, looking at the numbers, the common factor is 3. So we bring out 3. A square is A times A. So we have the factor of A throughout. So A is a common factor. B is also a common factor. We take it out. We have taken out the factor 3 from 9. So we have a factor of 3 left. Because 3 times 3 gives you 9. And we have taken out 1a. Another factor of a remains. A times a is a squared. And we have taken out b, so there's no more b. Now we have taken out the negative sign, so the positive now becomes negative. Because negative times negative gives you positive. So we have taken out 3a and b. We're left with one more b. Because 3ab times b is 3ab squared. We've taken out the negative sign, so what is left is positive. Because negative times positive is negative. We've taken out the factor 3, so we're left with the factor 2. 3 times 2 is 6. And we have taken out AB, so no more AB. And this is the answer. In the next example, we need to open up all the brackets first, simplify the expression before we can factorize. So we have 4ax times y, 4axy. 4 times 3 is 12, so we have 12ax. Minus 3ay times x is minus 3axy. And minus times minus is plus 3ay times 1 is 3ay. Always take note of the change of sign whenever you open the brackets and when you are multiplying a negative term into the brackets. So now we need to collect the like terms. 4axy minus 3axy is just axy. The only common factor is a. We have an a term here, a and a. So a is common. X is not common because we don't have x here. Y is not common because we don't have y here. All right, so we have taken out a from axy. So we have left xy, because a times xy will give us axy. Negative 12, a is taken out, left with 12x, plus a is taken out, leaving behind 3y, because a times 3y is 3ay. In the next example, we have a subtraction of two fractions. This is similar to the numerical case where we subtract two numerical fractions with the same denominator. So we don't need to do anything to the denominator, we just subtract the numerator. Now when we subtract the numerator, we keep the brackets on so that we will remember to change sign. So opening the brackets, we have minus 1 times x minus x, minus times minus plus 2. And 3x minus x is 2x plus 2 over 5. In the second case, we have two different denominators. This is similar to a numerical sum where we need to make the same denominator. So we need to multiply the first one by 2 over 2. Multiplying this by 2 will give us a 6. Keep the brackets on. And since the denominators is now 4, we put over a single denominator. So minus bracket 2x minus 1. Now we can open up the brackets. 6 times x, 6x. 6 times minus 2, minus 12. Minus 1 times 2x, minus 2x. Minus 1 times minus 1, plus 1. Six x minus 2x is 4x. Minus 12 plus 1. We need to take out a negative 1 to have a 0 pair. So that leaves us with a negative 11. So negative 12 plus 1 will be a negative 11. Here we have an equation, fractional equation. In the first fractional equation, we have two fractions on the left-hand side. So we cannot cross multiply unless we have a single fraction on each side, as in this case. So for here, we multiply throughout by the LCM. The LCM is 12. So we multiply by 12. Throughout. We multiply by the LCM so that we can cancel the denominator. So now we do not have any more denominators, giving us 4 bracket x minus 2 minus 3 bracket 2x plus 1. And on this side, we have 5 times 2 is 10. So once again, we need to be careful about the change of sign. 4 times x is 4x. 4 times minus 2 is minus 8. minus 3 times 2, minus 6, minus times plus minus, 3 times 1, 3. Notice that there is only one equal sign in the middle. There's no equal sign on the side. 4x minus 6x, there's a more negative than positive. The result is negative 2x. Negative 8, negative 3, negative 11. Get rid of negative 11 by adding 11. Add 11, leaving behind negative 2x. Add 11, we have 21. And divide by negative 2, so we get a negative answer. And 21 divided by 2 is 10.5. The answer must be left in a mixed number. For the next example, we have a single fraction on each side, so we cross multiply, meaning we find the product of one diagonal and put it on one side of the equation. Use brackets and multiply the other diagonal and put it on the other side. Now we can open up the brackets and here we subtract 9x to remove 9x, subtract 9x to give us a single x, plus 5 to remove negative 5, plus 5 to give us negative 1. The next example is on substitution. We use brackets to substitute values. So here we rewrite it as b is negative 1, so we put b in brackets and square it. Now, this is different from minus 1 square. Minus 1 square will give you 1, negative 1. Negative 1 square, which is negative 1 times negative 1, which results in positive 1. So here we have negative 2 plus negative 1. Three times negative 2. Okay, now we evaluate it. Negative 1 square is positive, so what that gives us x negative 1. Minus 2 plus minus is minus, so minus 2 minus 1 is minus 3. And this is minus 6. So now we have a single fraction on each side. We can cross multiply. Okay, opening up the brackets, we have negative 6x plus 6 and simplifying it, we would have x is 2. In the next example, we are given an equation in x and y and asked to evaluate 4x over 3y. Our first task is to express x in terms of y. This is similar to solving for x. So here we get rid of the 2y by adding 2y, giving us 3x. And adding 2y here will give us a 3y. Now we remove the x by subtracting 2x to give us 3y. Subtract 2x will give us x. Now we will evaluate 4x over 3y. Since x is 3y, we replace the x here by 3y in brackets. So now 3y can be cancelled off, leaving us with 4 as the answer. Next, we have a problem sum. And looking at the sum, we know that it is about cost and quantity. So for this kind of sum, we need to summarize the information by using a table of values. A man bought 5 adult tickets and 3 children tickets. So the quantity is 5 and 3. And the unit cost of the adult ticket is X dollars. And the cost of the children tickets is cheaper by $4. So we have X minus 4. Now the total cost of the adult tickets is the quantity times the unit cost, giving us 5x. Similarly, we have 3 times x minus 4. Now we are also given that the total cost is $48. So the total cost of adult tickets and kids is $48. And this gives us the equation, which is 5x plus 3 times x minus 4 equals 48. And opening up the brackets, we have here we have 8x plus 12. Sorry, 8x minus 12 equals 48. So adding 12 will give us 8x equals to 48 plus 12 is 60. And the adult tickets, 60 divided by 8, 750. Okay, now the objective is to find the total cost of the adult tickets. So total cost of adult tickets. We need to write our statements. And the adult tickets, there are 5 adult tickets. So we take this, multiply by 5. So that gives us a total of 35 plus 250, 3750. Okay, the last sum. The last sum is on speed, time, and distance. To do this sum, we need to draw a diagram so that we can understand the sum. The distance AB is 510 kilometers. A man traveled first x km, and of course the remainder is 510 minus x km. This is the distance. We are given that the speed for the first part is 70 and the speed for the second part is 60. For the time, we make use of what is given to form the expression for time. And we need to use this diagram, which is time is distance over speed. So the time here is distance over speed. And the time here is distance over speed. Now, we are also told that he took 8 hours altogether. So the time for the first part of the journey plus the time for the second part of the journey will give us 8 hours. Now, this is an equation which has two fractions on this side. We multiply throughout by the LCM. The LCM is 420. In this way, we can cancel the denominators, which gives us a 6, 7, and now we have 6x plus 7 So opening it up, we have 6x plus 3,5,7,0 minus 7x. Okay, simplifying it, we will get a negative x equals 3,360 minus will give us 2,110, negative 210, which is 210. Right? So now we need to end off with a statement to find the first part of the journey. The first part of the journey is x. So we say first part of journey is 210 kilometers. And this ends the discussion of the test paper.